Alrighty, it's been several months, so it is time for me to make a YouTube video because, I tend to put one out every like year or so. So I guess it's my annual. I feel like making a YouTube video really bad, so I want to make a YouTube video. What is different is it's not World of Tanks. It is back to Wargame Red Dragon, which I think probably most people moved on from, but for whatever reason, I have felt like playing again, so I hopped on and I've played a couple of games. This is like my fourth or fifth game back, and it's not like a super special game, but I don't know. I just felt like making a video, so I thought it'd be fun. Anyways, I am playing on Floods, which is a map I kind of enjoy, even though like a good chunk of the map ends up not actually getting used. Pretty much all the action happens around here, with some action around here, but usually it's all concentrated in here. In this game, I am playing a straight North Korean deck. I'll go ahead and start because the setup's kind of long on this. Playing a straight North Korean deck, we had quite a few starting points, like 1,500 per player, so I think 6,000 total. I hold a bunch of my points with the intention of reinforcing whoever looks like they're doing the worst out of my teammates. And I tell the team, hey, I'll defend this side, I'm going to cap this side. I end up with like 3 CVs. I just start with 2. I end up capturing Kilo later too. Actually, I end up with 4 CVs. Forgot I captured Delta later too. So anyways, I'm just setting up lots of air defense, recon, and I have some tanks that I'll throw over here. Not really anything too crazy happens over here. I do send these helicopters across because I don't see anything initially, but that doesn't really bear any fruit. Here at the very start, we have a couple of engagements happen. We have 27M, MiG-29, this MiG-25 going super deep, taking out Patriot earlier, taking out Brewcats early, so taking out most of their heavy air defense, but we did lose like a couple of fighters off of that. We did not come out positive in that trade. Oh, did we lose that plane too? No, I don't think so. I think it just got hit. But these helicopter fights early, we do good. There was 2 TEF-Es there that just got taken down, and then we end up taking out most of these with our kind of early helo rush. However, helo rushes are not good at sustaining zones, which we'll soon find out. This side, I didn't see anything early with my helicopters, so I start coming across with them just to kind of probe and just see if we can get easy points over here. Not really going to work out because that's a... We'll see it here in a second. That is an air-to-air helicopter of the Israeli variety. It doesn't really engage mine, though. I think he just kind of forgot about it. It's looking the wrong way. So I go, oh, crap, and I start running them away. But then we'll come across some transports over here in a second. So initially for our team, this straight's looking pretty decent. This player had initially indicated that they're going to play here in the middle. But I think whenever they noticed that there wasn't a whole lot really contesting here, they're going to take at least a portion of these guys and push them up here in a second. See, here's my my helicopter attack not going too hot. We're shooting at transports and missing. There is AA right there, and then these transports, he'll unload them in just a second, are more AA that my units struggle to see. So I'm going to lose all these helicopters. I'm a big fat loser here at the start. But I do have 2 zones capped for my team. I have significant defense set up over here. I'm just using cheap T-72Ds. They're good enough to get rid of stuff coming across the water. I just wanted to, since their rate of fire is so low, I just have several of them so that way we can actually engage stuff. Over here in center, I did not show this. I don't think it's easy to back up. But if we zoom in here, you can see the remains of my teammates, T80 UK, or not UK, just T80Us. I had 1 there, and I don't know where the other one died at. These are transports. He had 2. And they got taken out by Revalks. This is the newest player in the game. He only has like 20 or 30 games, and he pretty much has lost all of them. He tries, though, which I commend greatly, but he just brought the wrong stuff over here to center. He brought super heavy tanks, ATGMs, and AA, and then some of his transports and stuff are actually over here in Dimitri, which isn't bad. I mean, there needs to be someone to bridge the gap kind of. We really would like some units in here, but anyways, he kind of got dominated pretty heavily here at the start. I'm still focusing on just getting stuff spread out over here. Capping Constantine. I think I'll cap Dimitri, and here shortly I should start helping him. On the rest of the map, things are going pretty okay. Jot, we don't really have any ground units left, but we do still have helicopters around, so it's not super easy for him to push, I guess. I think really it's more that they don't know what is here is why they're not pushing yet. Pretty deep in over here. There are a couple of M1A2s over here. And firebombing the bridge again. He's getting pretty lucky that he's not getting shot down. Yeah. What's that? One. Oh, yeah. I buy a B5 to try to help out here in Jot. Just looking for something that's kind of immediate reaction. Whenever the MiG-29 didn't get shot down, I went for it. This F-15 circled around like that, and I just took the chance. I don't get a ton of points here off of this, I don't think. Yeah. It does get hit, but not killed. What do I get here? 20 points. Oh, no, I got more than that, I think. But anyways, these M1A2s are in a bad situation over here. They're getting beat up by Mi-24. Gets one. I don't think he gets the other one. I think he just scares it off. Oh, did he get both? I don't think he got that one. So, anyways, at this point, I finally grow a brain and realize that center is pretty much lost. So I start calling in just some basic units to come help retake over here. Dimitri, I have a tank CV coming in. It's going to just sit over here in the corner. I'm going to kind of not really pay attention to it. But for the most part, this flank is going to be quiet. I don't think anything ever happens over here. So that's the last time that we'll talk about it. So let's go ahead and get to speed. Over here, he's still not having a good time. He has these Roy cats messing him up. There's stuff that's infiltrated over here into the forest. Helicopters. He's trying his best, but again, he's a little bit newer, so he just doesn't really know things yet. Gets shot down by a SAS. So here, I go ahead and let the transports just eat shots from the Roy cats, and the BTRs are actually the ones that end up killing these guys. I didn't notice that the first one got killed, so I go ahead and I think that there's still one in here. I'm not sure how far they've spread, so I go ahead and start sending them in here to make sure that it's clear. And my teammate throws down an attack marker. So again, I'm not 100% sure what's going on over here, so I'm going to send stuff in there. Keep my tank here too far back. I should have gone ahead and started pushing it up too. Takes my brain a whole like 15 seconds to realize that. Lose a BTR 80, but the BTRs, again, they do okay with the Roy cats or however you want to say them. And this one killed another one. I think it killed 3 of them on its own. So yeah, it's elite. It's did a pretty good job for me. And then the next, I guess, victim comes in, a Roy Valk. So it's going to try to get my transports, but that's fine. I don't care. These are 10-point transport units. Want them for fire support, but if they get killed, oh well. Book misses, because of course it does. And then these are going to drop off more SAS. So this forest over here is infested with enemy units. There's going to be several infiltrations of SAS and other units throughout the game, and there comes to be a point where I get tired of it, and it'll be pretty obvious when that happens. But for right now, just trying to get back in here. Luckily, I don't lose any of these Yakinde, so I'm going to just pull them back to heal them up and send in the line infantry, because they should be good enough to just hold, especially with the fire support that I'm bringing in over here. Rattel's, I guess, trying to get in to mess up with infantry, but I mean, I have tanks over here, so they're not going to do a great job. And this Concourse, I think, kills this guy. Yeah. Gonna get a nice side shot and get rid of that one for me. But that's the last that he's gonna do because that was his last missile. So I just saw over here the SAS, and then here Roy Cats again. So I'm gonna send BTR 80s. This is more elite infantry. Didn't offload that one in time, but again, BTR 80 trades favorably with them. Teammate's gonna nuke it, but don't know if that was really necessary. I don't think they get anything out of that. Over here in this town fight, things are heating up. It's line infantry versus line infantry though, and mine has better fire support. Trying to make sure that all of my IFVs can actually get shots in. I go ahead and merge the groups too, just because there's not a lot of buildings over here. I do know that opens me up for Nighthawks and F-15Ds like that, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. And I do go ahead and finally bring in some heavier AAs since we don't really have any around. Over here, Jot Elena thing. Elena we still have, but Jot, we're not looking great. So the F-15D just completely doesn't unload for some reason. And I think I get a kill on it with a Ponge, actually, yeah. So I don't know if he didn't fire a position or what happened with that, but I do end up with a really nice kill for this, you know, pretty cheap AA unit. Just speed this up here. It's just kind of some basic city fighting, trying to clear this up. My teammates somewhat try to contribute. That's a good cutoff to make sure that we can clear this up. They're trying to... Lost the MI2. Yeah, over here. SAS. Trying to make an infiltration, but we're able to, for the most part, deal with them. Here the reservists are going to come in and start the fight, and then we'll just get... I think the BTR-80 can never get an angle on them, but I can just move these guys across. Over here in the city, things are going decently well. This Chinook's going to sacrifice itself for pretty much no reason. And now I have an elite 45-point AA unit that's nice and useful. Here we have completely lost Jot. I mean, we have units in here, but they're not really holding very well or doing much. We're using... I guess those are okay to use against cheap stuff. Over here in center, I've encountered Delta Force, which I am not going to win that fight. And as you can see, there's more Ratels coming in. Another T-80U, which will just get obliterated here in a second because there's not really AA. And I unfortunately lose the B5 from earlier. I was going to come nuke all of these Ratels coming in, but it didn't happen. But it's okay because I have BTR-80A, and then these guys actually have a little bit of AP. And they have lots of guns, so everything worked out in the end. My SF guys, I finally brought in enough supplies to actually heal them, so they're going to come back in. I'm going to get these guys healed up. Things are doing okay for us. Lost another plane. He did get his bombs off, though, which is going to help in the fight a little bit. And I do kind of forget about these guys back here a little bit. It is going to be... yeah, I'm starting moving them again. It is going to be important to keep them kind of involved back here and try to keep the forest clean, but it's not super infested, but it's infested enough that unless I do a big sweep, which I don't have the points for right now, it's going to continue to be a problem. So Carl here, Rattel rushes me to get rid of some of my fire support, but again, I have tanks, so it doesn't really do much. He gets rid of the BTR-80, he gets rid of one of the transports. But I still have plenty of fire support. I did bring in another tank. These guys are healed up now, so I'm going to start pushing them up to have more HP to kind of feed into the grinder. Right there, I just killed a AA piece that was sitting back here. Yeah, Crotal, it looks like. Or the cactus, right? The South African version. So, fight was going okay right until these Delta Force showed up, and because because these guys are panicked, they just get wiped by Delta Force so fast. Should have probably just had them fall back and have the HP pinatas go in and eat shots, but oh well. Not doing a super good job of micromanaging everything. So over here, Elena has finally fallen and been repelled, and honestly, I don't know where this... So he's got units here and here. Mateo's got units here. So where does Nico? Is he throwing... He's trying to retake and throw stuff in here. So he's got all of his stuff like concentrated in there, I guess? Because he just bought a ton of helicopters. I think he's just bought a lot of helicopters. And spent them. Cheetah comes in trying to snipe. Oh. And we're able to get the cheetah with... Is that the Pange? I think the Pange got the cheetah. But... Well, Pange 2 versus Pange 3, right? But yeah. And there was a Nighthawk strike where they tried to get them and I was able to avoid it. But I want to pay attention for the next night. Yeah, this one is BS. This one is such crap. Watch this. Nighthawk dropped its bombs on my guys, right? And I see it, and I got to jump them out. Look at the angle that these bombs take. And it actually gets them. Oh. I mean, could have gotten a Nighthawk there. Did not get the kill on it, though. But yeah, no, I was fairly peeved that he risked a Nighthawk to kill line infantry, 10-point line infantry. But moving along, I still have some stuff to hold line here. They pretty easily wiped the floor there, brought in more elite units. And here is another infiltration attempt. You can see they're sending a helicopter over here. So I finally just say, screw it, I'm done with this. And deploy a whole bunch of AA to go ahead and just make sure that they're not going to move through here with helicopter pushes on the side, or even really infantry. And it pretty easily gets handled. There will be, I think, a DAP that tries to come through later. Whatever. And here, more line infantry have shown up. We're going to wipe the deltas, and we're going to get control of this zone again here in a second. Just a nice little grind in here, but I have so many troops it doesn't even matter. Over here, the Roy Cats, these are my guys that were trotting through the forest here. Come and encounter them. One of them gets a shot off, gets blapped back, so he has to fall back. But not really a big deal. I'll end up sending a tank over to help kill him over here, and now we have control of center again. So I'm just going to fortify up here. I'm not planning on trying to push out of center after this. I just want to fortify it. There's not... Pushing all the way to Boris is going to be a pain. We're like halfway through this game, even more so with points. So now it's just more kind of dealing with anything that's left over here and fortifying this for me. I'm not going to play it too much. Get that Hornet there. And there, again, something got killed by SAS. So there's more SAS. This time to deal with them, I just buy real cheap planes that have some amazing little rockets. So that one goes, and then this one doesn't fire for whatever reason. But it's okay, because I have a tank that can still get shots in. So does not matter. At this point, we're doing pretty okay on points. I'm kind of wanting to just turtle up, honestly, and just prevent any, or repel any retakes, try to get some recon up, things like that. But I do also get tired of this forest being infested, so I buy some units to come clear it out. So that's most interesting parts of this game, at least for me at the moment. This forest kind of shows that it's going to be a little bit of a problem. But, oh yeah, lots of aircraft to take out still too. But this little forest shows that it's going to be a problem. So eventually, I do buy a quad stack of BM-21s to just dump into that forest. So I lose infantry, or what do? They attack them or something. No, they used. I think they used a Nighthawk to kill a transport of BTR-60 over here, for some reason. Anyways, I just have this infantry and vehicles just kind of sweep through just to see if they get attacked by anything. Over there, there's more things that showed up in this forest. So I think at this point is when, yeah, by just a stack of BM-21s. And I'm going to drive them right up here and just right into that forest. Just trying to get some kills. Teammate already kind of did that, but I don't think they killed very much. So I don't think the BM-21s kill anything though, honestly. Let's see. They'll fire here in a second. No. Oh, no, they did kill. They killed. That looked like a cactus again, and that was an attackums trying to kill them, but way late. Do have a MiG-21 that or MiG-23 that just want to fight against an F-16 over there. Yeah, just kind of fortify up now at this point. Try not to throw things anymore. Enemy team has a pretty interesting push here. They smoke up, get a CVN. They attack them to my CV that was sitting over here at some point. I don't know when. And I do what North Korean players do whenever they get annoyed by something. I go ahead and there's the MiG-23s. Where is it? I know I get a B5 here in a little bit. Are you B5? Do I get a kill on that Hornet? No. Oh my god, no. Or do... Oh, see? Another F-16. BM-21s I'm going to pull up. I don't remember what I do with them. They do end up getting just killed here in a sec. Because I don't move them and they do get attack them. Oh, here's the B5s. So you... I don't remember where you go. Send the F5s out in front just to... More as distractions, just to eat up anything to make sure the B5 drop comes off. Because there's only one place the CV can be. There was infantry there and there at some point, but they're gone. So the B5 gets its drop. I don't lose anything. They lose their Nighthawk. And... boom, CV dead. CV was all the way up there. Where did I fire you guys at? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, they had a little helicopter incursion over here too while that was going on. See, I'm getting a little bit rusty at this commentary stuff. Not particularly good with it. Yeah, they had a helicopter wave come through, and that's why we actually caught up on points, because they just wasted a whole bunch of... I just had them hit there. Yeah, but I don't move them. I don't set them to move afterwards, so the attackums comes in here in a second and gets them. Which, this guy is really actually not particularly good with the attackums. Because he's noticing the stuff pretty late. I do think he ends up with quite a few points from it, but that's mostly because we have someone on our team that's new and isn't moving things. But yeah, that's pretty much the game, actually. I mean, we're almost through this. Ends up in a draw. This little Constantine push here, they were ahead a little bit before it happened, and then after they do that, they end up kind of losing it. So that's pretty much it. Try to duel F-15 here, and that doesn't really pan out. I throw a little bit doing that, but our team ultimately is the one that hit the point total, so I consider it a victory even if the game doesn't. But for me, I had a pretty decent game. I don't think Carl here... Yeah, okay, Carl's pretty new. Never mind. Carl is who I was fighting. So we had newbie on newbie. But our newbie is newer, I guess. And he got rolled pretty hard, but he didn't quit. He stayed in the fight, and overall we were able to recover that zone, so it wasn't a big deal. 53%. Hey. Okay, but yeah, no, I feel like I had a good game. I enjoyed it. I had fun. Playing pure North Korea is always painful because you don't have ASF, really. But I'm terrible with planes anyways, so I don't care. I had an SU-25 that I bought at some point in that game, and then I never used it because I didn't feel safe with the AA situation that was going on in that game. But yeah, so pretty. I don't think it's special or interesting, but I just wanted to make a video and ramble a little bit. So maybe I'll make more videos. We'll see. I wouldn't count on it, but if this is my annual video, I hope some people come see it, enjoy it, and have a laugh at me, and maybe I'll do some streaming again. I don't know. Anyways, thank anyone that showed up. I appreciate y'all so much, and have a wonderful day.